The Balancing Act, as you know, has been focusing on rare diseases that affect so many people today. Our series, Behind the Mystery of Rare Diseases, is helping bring awareness about these illnesses. That awareness was evident in Washington, D.C. recently at the World Orphan Drug Congress, an event that brought together leaders, doctors, patients, and advocates who ultimately are striving to find treatments. And one woman's personal story of loss and her mission to find a cure.
I think we have to remind ourselves that there is no word in the English language, and perhaps no word in any language, about losing a child. You can lose a husband or a wife and be a widow or a widower, but there is no word for the loss of a child, and I suspect it's because it's just too hard to imagine.
In 1984, Pat Furlong suffered the greatest loss a mother could bear. Her two sons, Christopher and Patrick, both died from a rare disease.
When I first saw the physician, he made a few statements such as, they will follow the trajectory of the illness, they will walk for a while, probably lose the ability to walk before they are 10, lose the ability to move their arms before they're in their early teens, and die before they reach the age of 20.
Christopher and Patrick suffered from Duchenne, the most common fatal genetic childhood disorder, which affects approximately 1 out of every 3,500 boys each year worldwide.
I think for a while you're just in a land of total disbelief, and so often you go from doctor to doctor to doctor and ask the same questions. Could you tell me this isn't so? I needed to understand what they knew, what they needed to know, where were we, did standards of care exist, where was the money, and what could I possibly do to change the trajectory?
But after so many years of trying, of researching, of doing everything humanly possible, both of her sons died. Christopher was 15, Patrick was 17.
My children had a very good life. They were happy even until the day they died. When they were in the hospital and we knew they weren't going to live, they were surrounded by friends they had made. So I think I can say to you, my sons were loved more than anyone in the world in their perception.
So I'm so very pleased to be here today, and thank you, Chris, for the very kind introduction.
That's why today, Pat, along with dozens of other advocates, gathered together at the 5th Annual World Orphan Drug Congress in Washington, D.C.
This is a very important and unique meeting of stakeholders in this incredibly important space to patients with rare and orphan diseases.
If you have something that is common, like heart disease, or if you have something that's rare, like Noonan syndrome, it doesn't matter. We all deserve, treatment, and we all deserve to be healthy and lead healthy, happy lives.
Welcome to the 4th Annual World Orphan Drug Congress, USA.
A place where industry, government, and payers come to develop new strategies and partnerships to advance orphan drug development and patient access.
Every conference is helpful, and because it's a rare disease, there's, as the name says, there's few conferences, and this is one of a few each year, and it's a joy to come to them and watch people interact.
Coming together at a conference like this, one, it gives you the education and the opportunity also to meet with those people and to plan things and to move forward in a more cohesive and unified approach.
It's not so much more about like, okay, how do you develop a drug for particular? This is life and death for them. Sometimes it's even just quality of life, just being able to live life easier, better on a day-to-day basis. So it is very fulfilling for the orphan drug companies, and it's also very benefiting for the patients and the caregivers itself.
An event dedicated to fostering partnerships and collaboration. An event bringing hope to millions of people who suffer from rare diseases.
To get to talk to all the doctors and the researchers that are doing all the work for this, it changes your life.
Innovators coming together to help find new treatments, to help discover cures, and to bring more awareness here and around the world.
I thank you for the opportunity to speak before such an esteemed group, a group of very passionate people who are working so hard to better each other's lives.
The Balancing Act on Lifetime Television, honored to be going behind the mystery, honored to be part of such an important event. Our president and CEO, Deters, emphasizing the importance of bringing these rare diseases to light.
our responsibility is to be the vanguard of the audience that we've been entrusted with.
This is another Behind the Mystery series, and for months now we've been educating our viewers on these very important yet rare diseases.
Our national television reach helps offer hope for diagnosis, treatment, and provides the ability to galvanize a community to support or create foundations, clinical trials, and provide resources to the very people who so desperately need it. It's an honor and a privilege for O2 Media to support such an important cause.